Hey, we're about to start the show, and you know the drill. If you've been here before and you have something important to share, please add a capital letter Q to your comment. And if you are watching live for the first time, please let us know by writing the word new, and we'll give you a nice little welcome. Enjoy the broadcast. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Coffee and Headlines, our morning get-together live here on warm and sweaty Puerto Vallarta. We are broadcasting live on YouTube, on Facebook, as always. It is a pleasure to connect with you as we try to gather information that allows us to connect as an English-speaking community living in Puerto Vallarta, or maybe not living in Puerto Vallarta, but planning to visit or planning to retire here, or planning to return. We have a little bit of something for everyone and anyone. Today is Wednesday, May 29. We are 3 days away from our election day, and things are getting interesting out there because everybody thinks everybody's going to win, or that's what everybody's publishing. But all we have to do is wait and see and go and exercise our right to vote and take it from there. But I'm also mindful of the fact that many people watching are not eligible to vote, but just make sure that, oh, look who's here. Oh, well, everybody's here, but I always like to see Lars here because Lars is my travel buddy. Lars is my concert-going buddy, and there you have it. That's all I'm going to say. Anyhow, it is such a pleasure to be here, and it is such a pleasure to share some interesting and some mundane news. Do we actually need, let me set this up. Do we actually need a new set of letters for Puerto Vallarta? I wonder. And that's just me, just jaded old me. As we announced recently, there was an event on the Malecón commemorating the legacy of the late Puerto Vallarta artist Manuel Lepe, whose naive style depicts an earlier version of Puerto Vallarta as a quaint fishing village in many of his canvases. Now, during this event, his daughter Marcela Lepe announced that she's currently working with the Department of Culture to produce a new set of Puerto Vallarta letters with a design inspired by the late artist's work. There is no indication of when these new letters will be finished or unveiled. And again, as I mentioned earlier, there is no indication as to what is wrong to the current letters or why they need to change them and spend money of that. But hey, what do I know? It's just little old me. Now, here is an interesting one. Let me set it up. Hold on just a second. Boom, 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 boom. I want you to meet the new governor of Jalisco, which is one of these three contenders. One of these three contenders will be elected as the new governor of Jalisco this Sunday. They seek to occupy Enrique Alfaro's position at the helm of the state government, but of course they must address multiple concerns of the citizens once they stepped onto the job. Who are they? Well, from left to right, we have Laura Aro Ramirez, and she represents the PRI, PAN, and PRD alliance. In the middle, we have Jesus Lemus Navarro, and he represents the Movimiento Ciudadano. And on the right, we have Claudia Delgadillo Gonzalez, and she represents the coalition called Let's Keep Making History in Jalisco. Now, throughout 4 debates, the candidates have presented multiple proposals to attract votes, but what are the issues affecting the inhabitants of the state? According to the National Survey of Government Quality and Impact from 2023, For 76.9% of the adult population in Jalisco, the main problem is insecurity and crime. The second most worrying issue for the Jalisco population is corruption, and poverty ranks third, according to a study presented by the National Institute of Statistics and Geography. So this is what we have. This is who they are, and this is who we are going to vote for this coming Sunday, at least at state level. And of course, an increasing number of companies are announcing perks for voters that show up with an inked thumb this coming Sunday. These perks come from large chains such as Cinépolis, Domino's Pizza, OXXO, and such, but also from smaller local companies. So my tip for you is keep your eyes on social media for the remainder of the week and stay close to your Mexican national buddies on Sunday, just in case you want to take advantage of any of these perks. And of course, I saw somebody asking online about what's going on with the heat wave in Puerto Vallarta. Well, we are in the middle of the third heat wave. And even while this heat wave has yet to subside, experts are already forecasting a fourth one out of a total of 5 that are predicted for this time of year. Here we learn that the current heat wave will remain with us until the end of May, or 3 more days. And the fourth one will arrive sometime between June 5th and June 8th, before the rain begins. And both Jalisco and Nayarit are among the states that will be most affected by this upcoming heat wave. So you know what to do. Stay hydrated, stay cool, and if you have air conditioning, enjoy it, but just be mindful of that bill when it comes. Let's take a look at what oh my goodness, nothing is coming on today. What's going on? And I thought I had my weather all good to go. Here we go. Let's see. There is our weather. And Snarky Weather says, believe me, it is sunny out, you think? It is 31 degrees already, and it's not even 11 o'clock in the morning. Humidity is at 69%. And of course, our weather forecast for today says we're going to have a humid day with clear skies throughout the day, a high of 31 and a low of 24. Then tomorrow will be humid with mostly clear skies, but a few clouds may be wandering around, a high of 31 and a low of 25. And then Friday will be a humid day with mostly clear skies, a high of 31 and a low of 24. I was happy to read somewhere that Guadalajara got its first rain of the season last night. Let us hope that we are just as lucky sometime in the near future. And I don't know anything about this, but I saw it in Informador. I had to share it with you. If the idea of glamping or glamorous camping appeals to you, well, we don't have to go or travel very far to a remote location, as these geodesic air-conditioned tents can be enjoyed right here in Banderas Bay, in Yelapa to be precise. Who knew? I didn't. The place is called Santuario Yelapa, and if anybody has stayed there, we want the full report. I didn't know these beautiful tents were set up in Yelapa. So if you are familiar with them and you have any comments about them, please let us know. I found their Facebook page, and I will share it in the show notes along with this news article in case anybody wants to check them out. And of course, today is Wednesday, and this afternoon we are going to have episode 11 of The Spotlight. And we are going to have a lovely guest that we've had before, and I am always happy to connect with her. And she is, of course, our dear friend Carmen Porras from El Arrayan. She is going to fill us in on the subtleties and the intricacies of cuisine from Yucatan, as she has been preparing a special dinner featuring the cuisine of Yucatan. A lot of times we think that Mexico's cuisine is one very specific thing, but once you start exploring the regional styles, then you realize that for a country our size, there are so many things to choose from. So I look forward to connecting with Carmen this afternoon, and I hope you'll be able to join us. This will be live at 4 p.m. And of course, Carmen will tell us about her upcoming dinner as well. And while we're talking about Oculto, as you know, we've been doing this survey for Teatro Sin Borders, and I want to thank each and every one of you that have contributed to knowledge that will be useful to our friend Sandy McDonald so that she and her group can plan a successful 2024 to 25 season. But I also want to announce a similar partnership with Oculto. Carmen has asked me to put together a survey with her so that we can help Carmen and her team fine-tune their offerings moving forward. The survey won't take you too long to complete, and just based on the questions, you can see that Oculto has a lot of interesting things coming up their sleeve, and I'm excited about that. And for those of you that are not familiar with Oculto, Oculto is an amazing place where you can enjoy everything from private cooking classes to your own private dinner for as many as 12, 14, 15 people in a comfortable air-conditioned environment featuring exquisite Mexican cuisine, or you can attend one of Oculto's public dinners. And it is all happening here in Puerto Vallarta, thanks to Carmen and Claudia, who for so many years offered amazing Mexican cuisine at their former restaurant, El Arrayán. Last but not least, before we go on with our chit-chat section, I want to tell you that yesterday's mini meet and greet lunch was so much fun. There were 11 of us there, and we all got to sit at the same table, and we got to know a little bit more about each other. Like, there were people that didn't know one another. Most of the people present were not familiar with Ascale, the restaurant that we visited, and everybody loved the food, and everybody loved exploring a new, different place. And my cup is full, just because everybody seemed to have a really wonderful time, which is a clear indication that we can and would like to continue with these mini meet and greets, because the smaller gathering allowed for a more intimate connection, and we were all very happy with that. We are already planning on a specific place, and I can tell you that it is air conditioned, and I will fill you in with details as soon as I have them. And with all that said, let us switch over to find out what is on your mind. And we start with all these wonderful good mornings and good afternoons. David always says good afternoon. And you guys are watching from all over the place. Oh, how beautiful. Sunshine is breaking out in Nanaimo. It's on its way to you. I don't know where Nanaimo is. If anybody can fill in my geography gap, I would appreciate it. But thank you for the good wish, Kathy. Let's see. Oh. Our dear friend Mrs. Cooper says, morning all, and just got back from annual doctor visit. Yay, I'm going to live. You know, I usually feel that way every morning, and I am grateful if I'm able to live for another day. So congratulations to you, dear friend. Let's see. You're blushing, Lars. I am blushing. I love it. Does the rain cool things down in the summer? What a great question. It really depends, Kathy. If it just drizzles, if it just rains a little bit, it increases the humidity in a horrible way. But if it really rains, it is awesome. because it cools down the air. It freshens everything up. It's like the swimming pools that the day before felt like swimming in warm soup. They get cooled down. So yes, it really depends. It has to rain a lot, but when it does, it is absolutely heavenly. Let's see. Sounds like time for more visits to the Costco coolers in Puerto Vallarta. I want to go and explore the new bookstore that is just down the street on the way to Costco, because my hunch is that they're air conditioned. My hunch is like you can order a nice iced coffee there, and you can sit there and crochet for hours listening to audiobooks. If my hunch is correct, you will know where to find me. Because yes, the Costco freezer is a comfortable place to visit, but there's no way to sit down, unfortunately. Laura says, whoops, bursting my bubble on Burger Day. I realized my error after I commented, Vancouver, Canada, rain, fog is my excuse. Okay. I didn't quite get it, but that's okay. I don't know what the error was. But hey, here we are, and it's a good thing. Let's see what else we have. Oh, here's another one. Have you heard any reviews on the tequila tasting tour at Finca 18 Distillery? We know going to Tequila Town is primo, but expensive. I don't even know where Finca 18 Distillery is, Laura. I am, okay, in my very biased opinion, there is such a thing as going to a big distillery, like the big names, and then there's also the experiences that are offered by a lot of local service providers. I don't trust the local service providers, my bad, because it takes a certain knowledge about tequila to be able to talk about it. There are a lot of people that will advertise tequila tours, and all they do is they will tell you, well, this is gold, this is blanco, this is plata, or the different categories, but they don't necessarily explain it properly. If I go on a tequila tour, I can recommend 2 tequila tours in town, or 2 styles of tequila tours in town. Number 1, I recommend the tequila tour at the Marriott Hotel, because they have a tequilier. And a tequilier is, oh, watch that finger go, Paco. Put it down. A tequilier is like a sommelier, but it is a person that has an actual degree on tequila tasting, and these degrees are recognized, So the Marriott has or had a tequilier on staff, so I would call them Marriott. The other type is to go to a sommelier in town, and I have no qualms in recommending my dear friend Tony Mora from La Bodega de Tony. He does wine tastings, tequila tastings, raicilla tastings, and he probably does mezcal tastings as well. So that's where I would go. And going back to your specific question about Finca 18 Distillery, I don't know who they are. If anybody does, please share this information. As Laura, who continues to get the award for all these wonderful questions. Laura asks, is San Sebastián del Oeste worth a visit? Absolutely, yes. I love going to San Sebastián del Oeste, particularly in the summer when it is cooler up there. The meet and greet looked amazing. What a great thing to do. Well, in the past, we've had ginormous meet and greets attended by as many as 75 people, and we may or may not continue to do those. The last one was a little chaotic. And but I really enjoyed myself. in this tiny version of a mini meet and greet. So we are going to continue to connect in person because I know that this is important to a lot of people. Let's see. I know that we cannot buy booze on Sunday, but can we do it Saturday? I've read conflicting reports. Does anyone know for sure? Mark, I would go today or tomorrow because, you know, people are going to go into a panic mode. I would just go and get whatever you need to get today or tomorrow. I know that they usually start on Saturday, but, you know, why wait until the last minute? Just run over to Costco, run over to La Europea, which is right in your neighborhood, and just stock up today and make it happen. Oh my God, Pamela, you know, I haven't had a chance to thank you for all the wonderful gifts that you gave me yesterday. Who knew that Pamela can make you laugh, can make soaps, can make spray chingaderas to feel wonderful about yourself? Thank you. I love meeting Pamela in person when I went to the latest production of Teatro Sin Borders, and of course connecting in person. You were absolutely wonderful, and I laughed so hard. We should crochet someday. High as a kite. Well, I'll be high as a kite. You don't have to be high as a kite. Betsy Ann was there. It was so much fun. I was so happy to see my friends venture out from their usual neighborhoods to get to know a new place. Let's see. Oh, thank you for the geography lesson. Nanaimo is in Vancouver Island. Oh, that's what the mistake. There was no mistake. It's nice to get sunshine from wherever it comes. Pat says the mini meet and greet was wonderful. Thank you for organizing it. My pleasure. Again, my cup is full. Let's see what else we have. Yeah, Logan's on my side. I'd recommend taking care of your booze stockpiling by Friday just to avoid any unexpected surprises over the weekend. The early bird gets the tequila warm, and that deserves one of these. There you go. Thank you very much, Michael. Michael's a restaurant owner, so he would know. As of Saturday, 12:01 in the morning, and that is midnight, you cannot buy any unless you are at a bar, restaurant, or hotel until Sunday at midnight. So stock up on Friday. There you go. Ooh. Let's see. Da-da-da-da-da-da. What? Oh, there's another cue. I wanted the tour that's farm to table type the whole process. Farm to table type the whole process. Okay, Laura, if you want the tour that will show you the agave and the production and stuff like that, then you want to go to one of the big tours, and those don't happen in Puerto Vallarta. There are no large distilleries that I'm aware of in Puerto Vallarta. So again, maybe you are looking at tequila if you want that kind of experience. And I mean Tequila, the town outside of Guadalajara. Michael went to the anniversary dinner with Carmen and Claudia. That is wonderful. They are so awesome. I just love those two ladies. Let's see what else. I see a couple of recommendations for tequila tastings. This is wonderful. And Pamela would like to crochet with me. Oh, I love that. Let's pick a Netflix series and get really stupid. But not today. Today it's time to wrap up our broadcast. As always, thank you so much for joining me for another Coffee and Headlines. I hope you had great, fun things to connect to today and every day. And I'm always grateful for the topics that you bring forth so that we can better connect with one another. And here's another one from Michael, and this is helpful as well. Sorry, I forgot to mention that on Saturday and Sunday, all bar, restaurants, and hotels that sell booze will stop selling at 11 p.m. So it will be a quiet night downtown, and peeps can get to sleep early. Well, I always get to sleep early, so What can I tell you? Have a great Wednesday. Please stop by and watch the Spotlight this afternoon. We'll learn more from Carmen and the cuisine of Yucatan. And if I don't see you this afternoon, hopefully I'll see you again sometime soon. Have a good one.